Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive 717. I am back with another reading. I am here hanging with Saucy Good Beaver, my little Mega. We appreciate you guys so much. We're going to dive right into a Divine Masculine reading. The message that I got is that this Divine Masculine, they find themselves breaking their own rules for you, Divine Feminine. So what I'm hearing is that they don't normally act this way. They don't normally do the things that they do. But when it comes to you, you just happen to be that one exception to the rule. Okay. And I'm picking up on a Divine Masculine that is just bewildered by you. They're very fascinated by you. You may not know or understand just how intensely they feel for you, okay? But you make them break their own rules, okay? You have a way of surpassing, some of the boundaries that they've set for themselves. And I just want to dig into that a little bit, okay? What kind of energy is the Divine Masculine in right now? Let me keep an eye on these cards before I go flashing them. Okay, yeah, so as mentioned in the previous reading, there's a lot of sensual energy. We have the Page of Swords here coming through, and with the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so I can't show the Four of Pentacles card because it's pretty graphic. Let me see what I can do in terms of covering it up. Oh wait, it's this one. Okay, guys, so as you can see here, they're in this bit of like this intimate moment. What I'm seeing is that many of your Divine Masculines, the idea of, I feel like this is going to be an 18 plus reading, but let's see how it goes. I feel like, the idea from being apart from you, the idea of like it's putting a lot of thoughts in their head at this time, okay? And they're getting all of these messages about moving towards you, and it's a lot of sensual energy that's leading the connection right now. That passion is really fueling this Divine Masculine to come towards you. They want to move towards you. And with the Four of Pentacles here, I'm getting like, they want to create some type of foundation or stability with you. And for some reason, they intuitively can feel, or they know that being with you, and I don't know why this is coming off this way, but like, especially with him holding the sword in this card, I feel like they want to show you what they've got in more ways than one. That's what I'm getting. And it's like, I'm going to get you hooked. That's what I'm hearing. I'm going to get you hooked. Okay, this is a Divine Masculine that is going to put their spell on you, so to speak, Divine Feminine. So for those of you who, you're feeling a lot of, intimate feelings around your connection, many of you may be having dreams, or you may be sensing that your Divine Masculine, wants to communicate or wants to come forward. Many of you may be dreaming of them again. You may be having intimate dreams as well. These dreams may be returning after a really long time. It's sending a strong message that like they want to show you what they've got. They want to get you hooked on it. That could be just like the intimacy between you two. Maybe you've spent many lifetimes exchanging this type of passion, and they want to bring that back into the connection in this lifetime. Okay, let's see what else we have. Okay, so we have our Page of Wands here. Okay, so definitely a lot of page energy. Okay, a lot of thoughts coming through, a lot of divine messages, and they're following these messages. They're really, it's like guidance. For me, page energy is guidance. It's like the guidance that comes through. And, we have it in Swords energy and we have it in Wands energy. They're in, mental anguish because it's like they want to just touch you. They want to just come towards you. They want to come and make their mark. This is a masculine that feels maybe very sensually frustrated. They could They could be frustrated that there's other suitors as well that may have their eye on you. Your name may be coming up a lot, Divine Feminine. I feel like a lot of people are attracted to you right now. It's putting this Divine Masculine in a very competitive energy. The King of Swords here is saying that, they're going to have to calm down here. Because I feel like the King of Swords is about mental focus. Okay, they have they have bigger fish to fry than wanting to just consistently claim this Divine Feminine in a sensual way. Okay, that could be all they're thinking about right now, and it's probably distracting as well with this page energy coming through. A lot of your masculines could be really distracted at work. They can't focus on anything else, and this King of Swords energy here is coming in to tell them, center, ground yourself and focus. Okay, King of Swords too is somebody who, it's a very a masculine that's of a lot of authority, or they have a high position, or there's a lot of expectations or high expectations from them. But this connection is kind of pulling them out of this dense energy as well, right? With the pages coming through. Let's find out what it is the masculines want. Okay, why are they having to focus so hard as well? Okay, sorry guys, I wasn't ready there with the shuffling. Let's go ahead and do that again. Just clear the energy from the deck. What are these masculines feeling in the heart space? Why are they being called to this King of Swords energy? What is their intention with the connection? Okay, so we have separation. Okay, so time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So it could be that this King of Swords is about embracing the separation between you two right now and not letting the sensual energy or the chemistry or the attraction get the best of them. In the last reading I did, I spoke about the feminine energy being in heat. So I feel like, what's happening with this, let me cover this up again. What's happening with this Four of Pentacles card is that a lot of your masculines came towards you and it was like they were coaching themselves. I'm going to be on my best behavior. I'm going to try really hard to keep my hands to myself. I feel like they just didn't want to mess this up. They were really trying to be focused and not let the emphasis of the connection. So this could be you guys texting. You guys could be at a distance. And every time you guys come together, they try to say to themselves, okay, you guys might be texting back and forth, how's your day going? And then the conversation takes a turn. If you guys physically know each other, the conversation between you two could take a quick turn to getting very sensual, to being very sensual. I feel like, sorry guys, I have a bit of a cough. I've had a lot of sore throats and coughing, a lot of stuff related to my throat lately. It's been crazy. Hang on, I'm gonna pause the video 1 second, guys. All right, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, I feel like many of them are trying to embrace the separation. They really are trying to take things slow. You guys might find they may come in, intimately and then back right off, or, they may come in hot and heavy and then, instantly ghost. It's really, really intense for the masculines when it comes to that physical intimacy. It's a lot of intensity, a lot of passion. And I feel like many of the feminines too, you will be, taken back in a sense. Okay. When you're masculine expresses how they feel, and even if you guys are at a distance, it doesn't even matter. The physical touch won't matter. It could just be their words, for example. It'll pierce through your heart. And I was talking about earlier in the reading about crossing that line with one another. Once you start communicating on that level, and it doesn't matter. I feel like it intensifies the connection, and a lot of your masculines are feeling they don't want to break their own rules. They really want to be a gentleman. Maybe when they are near you, you trigger a lot of that, sensual energy within them. And at times it can be very animalistic as well. I'm hearing with the King of Swords energy, even with the Page of Wands. But look at this Page of Swords here. It's like they are trying to be very calm and controlled. And that's why some of you might experience like the ghosting. Like, okay, what I'm getting from this is that I see two twin flames who are constantly connecting with one another, and they can't help but be sensual with one another, particularly your divine masculine. But what I'm sensing is that a lot of your masculines, like, they don't want to do that, but it's like they can't help it, because a part of them with this King of Swords energy is that they want to come towards you correctly, and they feel like by coming towards you correctly, it means that they have to hold back on this animalistic urge that they feel when they're with you. But I do sense that over time, they will learn the tender ways of the feminine and realize that they don't necessarily have to hold back. I feel like many of their feminines see them for who they are and accept them for who they are as well. And it'll just be a very transformative experience for both. Okay, so yeah, this message is coming in heavily for many of you who do have that connection with your counterpart, and there is a very sexual undertone to both of you connecting. Okay, so this could be coming up for you guys. Okay, if this is a theme for you, ever since your connection started, or your connection may be fairly new, I'm sensing for some of you as well, it might be very new communicating with this person, right? You've maybe fantasized about them for a really long time. You've thought about them for a really long time. And now that you guys are actually reaching out to each other for the first time, you're actually seeing what it's like to converse with one another and to, actually communicate for the first time, getting to know one another. You can see how intense it can be, and the sexual part of it, it comes rushing in, it comes flooding in, and the more your connection intensifies, so does that aspect of it as well. But it brings about a lot of healing for the both of you, a lot of triggering, but with the triggering comes the healing as well. Okay, I'm going to cut this deck in half, and I'm going to get a message on how the masculine feels for you at this time, because we have the separation card that's coming up. So let's say, for example, there's some of you who you can feel them wanting to come towards you. You can feel that the sensual energy as well. It's pure and it's great and it's beautiful, but maybe a lot of your masculines need time to control that. They need to be able to separate it and heal, because what I'm sensing too with the arrangement of cards here, especially the Four of Pentacles, I'm sorry I can't show it off, just because his buns and her tatas are all out in this deck. But yeah, again, this energy here of them coming towards you like this, I feel they don't want that to be the only thing. And I want to get a message about how it is they feel for you regardless of the separation, because I think that in this card, it's like they want you to know that I didn't ghost or go silent because I don't want this connection, or I don't want you, or I want you to feel rejected or abandoned in any way. It's just they're dealing with their own set of emotions. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the reading, you have a way of making them break their own rules, Divine Feminine. Okay, it's like when you guys are together, there's so much passion, there's so much feeling and emotions that they want to let out, but it comes off as sexual energy all the time. And I feel like they're trying to say to you with this King of Swords energy, they're really working on trying to focus that, okay? Because, yeah, a lot of the traumas and triggers tend to come up when you guys connect in that way. So how do they see you, Divine Feminine? Let's get a card on that. Okay, so they see you loving and trusting yourself. Okay, so I can't show this whole card because she is nude. But she's kind of looking in the mirror here at herself nude. And I believe she has a paintbrush in her hand. And it's like she's painting her own portrait, or she's looking at herself nude in the mirror and she's painting her own portrait. The number is a 20 on here, which really does... reduced to a number 2, And for me, like the 2 symbolizes the both of you, feeling this connection at a very deep level. And I think that, the beauty in the card here symbolizes that your masculines want you to know that they do sense the care that you put into yourself during moments of separation. I feel like many of your masculines are starting to see you in a different light. They see you no longer being triggered by them being triggered. And it's allowing more space between you two to just really, deal with your own stuff instead of trying to deal with each other's stuff or project onto each other. And what I'm seeing is shorter periods of separation between you two. And when you do reconnect again, it's just like the connection just keeps ascending. Check out the last reading if you guys haven't checked it out, because I did talk about the engagement card at the beginning of the reading. And then when I decided to shuffle the deck and cut it in half, I pulled the engagement card, which I thought was such a beautiful synchronicity. But yeah, it's just a continuation of this message here. A lot of you, yes, whether you're at the beginning of your connection or you've been on your journey for a really long time, the sensuality is just a part of it. Both of you came here to experience this because there may, in fact, be a lot of healing around, sexuality and the way you two connect. And maybe it has to do with your, family patterns, your mother and father and their mother and father. And, you two just really setting this beautiful example of what it means to be, completely free in love and expression. And I think that when you two start experiencing it with each other more and more. So if you're new to the journey, I'm sensing this reading is for many of you who are very new to the journey, and it's like you might be scratching your head going like, why does it always seem to get so intense and so like sensual? And you will find over time that you'll learn as to why it is this aspect is this way. But over time, I think this card here shows us that when you two do come together, when the masculine focuses on themselves, self-development, spiritual development, it allows the feminine to get into this place of just receiving, just allowing things to flow, being in her own creativity. If you're missing the masculine or longing for them, that sensuality, that passion, that arousal that you feel, this card tells me that you know how to turn that into creativity, right? Rather than project. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely a beautiful reading for those of you who I feel like you're just waiting for these energies to just kind of calm themselves and, really start communicating with one another on a more grounded level, ending the separation little by little. And it will happen, eventually it will happen. But because that card did pull, I would say to you guys, see separation as a gift. Always use it to continue to work on your own triggers rather than trying to figure out your person. And once you do that and you give space, it allows more room for you guys to continue to have this connection blossom like a flower. Okay, especially those of you who are meant to experience like the romance, the connection, the flirting, even if you guys are at a great distance from one another. I can tell you that many twin flames that I have worked with one-on-one, the distance, it doesn't even play a factor. It's like they still feel each other so strongly and telepathically, and the passion is still there, and the intimacy can still occur, and talking over the phone and like sexting and phone sex and things like that, it can feel just as intense. It's the same as if you, sit down in meditation and you think of your counterpart. You can actually experience, very beautiful sensations that are close to orgasmic when you think about them. So, yeah. All right, guys, that's what we have for this one. Me and this little sleepy kitty over here. Huh? All you doing is sleeping, being so cozy. Yeah, you're a cozy girl. All right, guys, we love you so much. You guys take care of yourselves, and we'll catch you in tomorrow's reading, okay? All right, bye, guys.